when there is a new hire, what are the qualities that you look for? Because it's a very hectic task or a hectic job, because you need to make sure you're on toes 24 cross 7, even though you're working in shifts, but you need to know about the environment, about the alerts coming in, what goes out. So as a person who's joining for the first time, are you working with the freshers or the people who are experienced? So what kind of people who join the SOC as an analyst, and what are the qualities that you look for in those analysts? Let's say I'm an analyst, I'm a person who's aspiring to join SOC as a beginner. Or even not just as a beginner, but I have experience, but now I want to join SOC as a as a new person. So what are the qualities that you would want me to be to have, so that I can join SOC?
A very good question, and I think I have experience from growing my SOC right now, from 2 or 3 people to 17 people right now, and I can link, or I would say I will link that experience to your questions, right? What you asked about. So what I look when we hire, let's say we have three categories that we put people in. That's a level one. It could be a fresher or who have already 6 to 1 year kind of experience. And then you have level two who are more than 3 or 5 years experience, and then you have level three, which is more of 7 up to 7 or 10 years experience that we look for, right? So when we are looking in the market for let's say a security analyst or a fresher, very fresher, when we get resumes, we get we see the history. If there is no history, there is what the qualification that the person has. It's mostly a graduate person, or it is an intern who's really looking for an internship, and then he gets converted to a full time when he finishes his college. But let's say in a traditional scenario where you have one fresher completing his graduation and is trying to look for a cyber security job. It could be he graduated into cybersecurity, even if he's not graduated in cybersecurity. But what I look into is that what he has done, a part of just doing his graduation. Let's say he did a graduation into in engineering, let's say, not related to cybersecurity, but during that time, what was his internship? Where did he work? What extra he did after, during the college time or after the college time, before applying to this position. Did he learn by himself of free resources that he utilized to know about cybersecurity? Did he do his homework about what is cybersecurity, why he wants to apply for this, and what makes him happy, or what he likes about being into what he likes about this role, or about this domain that we all work in, right? So that's a key thing. I looked his interest, why he wants to, and what he has been already learned, or what homework he has done. If I ask him about, let's say, what is the pen testing, or it might be a difficult question, but let's say, what is a SOC, what is a security mean to you, right? What is a confidentiality, integrity, and availability mean? If you answer basic questions, you know what's going on. Because I have people who have completed a qualification certain level, but you haven't done your homework. It becomes difficult for us to evaluate and where what interests you, because the interest and where you want to go is connects our role with that person, and then we can groom that person. So once we onboard and once we shortlist based on that, and also how much you want, how much you're curious about this role. So we like the curiosity. Then I want people to ask questions. What I'm going to do, what is my next 5 years look like? Will I be just an analyst for 5 years, or what is that you have been, what you have for me, like, if I join your company, what do you think I can be? So it could be a threat hunter, it could be a vulnerability management person, it could be a incident responder, it could be a senior SOC analyst, it could be a team lead as well within 5 years, right? So this kind of questions, when a level one or a fresher, or even he's not a fresher, I would say, a person who's doing his research about cybersecurity and why he wants to come in this domain, helps us to make a very good decision, and makes that the differentiating factors than the other profiles, right? That's where you usually go get easily shortlisted, I would say. and uh, and then once we onboard them, what we do is they go through on the job, I would say it's like buddy up training. We also have a plan, a certification plan, because when you join, if you have a certification, well and good, that's an added advantage, because that helps us to kickstart with your knowledge from where you already finished your training with the cybersecurity. Let's say you have CompTIA, you have CEH or something like that. So that make helps us to understand that you have basic knowledge, you read about it, and we can evaluate you on something which related to cybersecurity. Otherwise, it's really difficult to just to ask you a random question, which is it's a blank spot. So that's basically a level one, how we plan them. And then we have a maturity plan. We had people who joined as an intern, then converted to be a level one and becoming a cluster lead as well. So you can see how we give them a road path and everything. And then when we go look for a level two, that's basically a person who already have an experience, let's say, right, who wants to look for a better opportunity, who was working for a SOC and now wants to work for an MDR. So it's basically a little bit more that you're just doing in a SOC. It's just alerting. And when you join in SOC MDR, it's more of a response capabilities. You also work with the automations, you work with playbooks, you do a lot of detection engineering. So that knowledge is where they want to gain more knowledge, and that they start looking for new opportunities. And that's where I think before even they apply, they should start researching about new technologies like XOR, EDR, XDR. How do they work, and how do what is that he or she is doing right now. And if she's working with this technology, or your company or the company that you're applying is working with this kind of technology or mature enough, then you can see that you are growing or you're learning more technologies. So that's some of the things that we look into, why you want to move, what is that you really looking for, and what you have been doing. If you have been doing a lot of basic work and that you are really interested in learning more, then we probably give a chance, or we probably shortlist, and we start saying that yes, there is possibilities that this fits us. But if you have from the day one a higher expectations, and also that that is cannot be fulfilled, and it's basically a gray area. So you have to set your expectation when you are a little bit experienced, what you want to do and what you are trying to get out of this role. And when we go for a little bit 5 and above years of experience, it's something that your specialization in something. And I think that's where you need to be very cautious, or we need to become very cautious about hiring that position, because once we hire, we really want a particular skill or an expert level kind of an experience that we would probably hire, so that we can execute that project or execute that task that has been required by the delivery team in the SOC, right? It could be you are expert on automation, you could be an expert on pen tester, you could be a purple teamer, you could be a red teamer, you could be a vulnerability person, yeah, a person, or you could be an incident responder, right? So we look for specification. So if you have a specification, when you do a specification, is also my advice to the audience, or to the people who are looking for like experience on expertise level, is that not only look for what you have been doing, your forte, but also look into other aspects, because SOC or the usually the MDR is not just alert monitoring or purple teaming. It's a combination of lot of things like a EDR, XDR, SIEM. So you should also make sure that you're doing more than just one thing, so that it becomes, you are narrowed down, you are assessed on multiple things, and you are also looking into just more than just one kind of a thing, or expertise or domain, but you are also able to help us with something. Let's say if you're an incident responder, but you have a good knowledge of creating some detection rule or detection engineering on analytics, or you have a good knowledge on making a purple teaming or blue teaming, good recommendations, or helping customers some kind of incident preparation scenarios. So we look for little addition thing. Then we can evaluate people, and then you have that I would say what you can funnel. So you get filtered on multiple layers, and then is the final layer is that okay, this guy fits the role. He has been doing more than just what he has been been doing for last 5 years, and we look for something like that. And very important that we look is certification levels, and that your certification should also justify the experience that you have been doing. Because I see a lot of resumes that you are an incident responder, but you have a certification which is more into a compliance, let's say, right? So that doesn't align very well. But certification should justify what you have been doing for that last 7 years or 5 years as well. So these are
Yeah.
basic criterias for us to shortlist and to look for that people